Hello everyone, this is Sandhya and welcome back to another session. Today I'm back with another chapter from history. Children, as we can infer that Indians were not happy with British rule. Let's see how are different groups and classes dissatisfied. The above mentioned changes made people to think over a very important question, that for whom were all the changes being done and India belonged to whom? These questions led to nationalism. The nationalist movement of India played a significant role in independence of the country. The making of the national movement 1870s to 1947 part 2. The country commencement of the national movement started in the year 1947 and it was a process that took several years to become successful. Several reasons contributed to the making of national movement in India. Khilafat and the non-cooperation movement. The Khilafat movement was launched by Muhammad Ali and Sakhawat Ali, who wished to initiate a full-fledged non-cooperation movement against the British under the leadership of Gandhiji and demanded Swaraj. The children, in 1920s, the British imposed a harsh treaty on the Turkish sultans, also known as Khalifa. People become angry at this. The Muslim community of India wanted Khilafat to be allowed to retain control over Muslim places in the Ottoman Empire. Children, therefore, the leaders of the Khilafat movement, Muhammad Ali and Sakhawat Ali, initiated a full-fledged non-cooperation movement. Gandhiji also supported them and urged the Congress to campaign against the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. The Khilafat wronged and demanded Swaraj. The non-cooperation movement gained strength during 1921 to 22. Thousands of students left government schools and colleges. Many lawyers such as Nehru, C.R. Das, Rajgopalachari and Asaf Ali left their practices. Indians gave up their British titles and boycotted the legislature, and bonfires of foreign cloth were lit. This resulted in the decline of import of foreign cloth between the year 1920 to 22. Not only the leaders but common people also made attempts to struggle against the British rule in India. What were these initiatives? We will discuss about that. People's initiatives. In Bengal, the Khilafat Non-Cooperation Alliance gave enormous communal unity and strength to the national movement. Dear children, in many cases, people protested peacefully, but in some, they retreated in their own way, which were not in accordance with Gandhiji. For example, in Kheda, Gujarat, peasants organized non-violent campaigns against the huge land tax. In coastal Andhra and interior Tamil Nadu, people protested outside the liquor shops by preventing people from entering. In the Guntur district of Andhra Pradesh, tribals violated the forest law by grazing their cattle in the forest. People believe that Gandhiji will protect them from the forest laws and use them on taxes. They also believed that Gandhiji Raj would soon be established. In Sindh, Pakistan, Muslim traders were supportive towards the Khilafat movement. Similarly, in Bengal, the non-cooperation and Khilafat alliance gave strength to communal unity. In Punjab, Kalis tried to remove corrupt Mahantas for the Gurdwaras who were supported by the Britishers. Peasants in Assam demanded increase in their wages and left tea plantation as they wanted to support Gandhiji. As Gandhiji was gaining popularity day by day, he was now known as the Mahatma. The People's Mahatma. Gandhiji wished to build class unity, not class conflict. Still, peasants could imagine that he could help them in their fight against Jamindars and agricultural laborers, believed he would provide them land. Dear children, people started believing that Gandhiji was a Mahatma of mission who would help them overcome their poverty and misery. Some thought he would fight against Jamindars. Some believed he would provide them land, and they started crediting him with their own achievements. For example, people who fought against the legal eviction of tenants from India in United Provinces felt that it was Gandhiji who had won. Through Gandhiji favored class unity, at some places tribals and peasants took steps which were against Gandhiji's principles. Happenings of 1922 to 29. The Congress resolved to fight for Purna Swaraj, complete independence, in 1929 under the presidentship of Jawaharlal Nehru, and 26 January 1930 was consequently observed as Independence Day all over the country. Children, as we discussed earlier, that Gandhiji believed in non-violence. So, he abruptly called for the non-cooperation movement because a crowd in Chauri Chaura set a police station on fire. This incident took place in February 1922. 22 policemen were killed on that day. The reason behind this incident was the firing done by the police on the peaceful demonstrations by the peasants. After the non-cooperation movement was called off, the leaders such as Chittaranjan Das and Motilal Nehru suggested that the party should fight elections to the council and enter them to modify the government policies. Even some social work was carried out in the villages which led to the extension of support base for the Gandhiji movement. This proved to be beneficial in launching the civil disobedience movement in 1930. Two important developments were seen in the 1920s. For example, the formation of Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, a Hindu organization, and the Communist Party of India. These parties had different viewpoints about the country India should be. The decade ended with the resolution of Congress to fight for Purna Swaraj in 1929. Under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, consequently, Independence Day was observed on 26 January 1930 all over India. The March to Dandi. The Second World War broke out in September 1939. The Congress leaders were ready to support the British war effort. But in return, they wanted that India be granted independence after the war. The British refused to consider the demand and the Congress ministers resigned in protest. Dear children, Gandhiji said that we have to fight for the achievement of Purna Swaraj. It would not come on its own. So, in 1930s, Gandhiji declared that he would break the salt law. According to this law, the government had a monopoly on the manufactures and sale of salt. This meant that no one else could manufacture salt. Gandhiji declared it as a sinful tax because it was not right to impose such a law on an essential food item. Dear children, Gandhiji and his followers marched over 240 miles from Sabarmati to Dandi, where they broke the salt law by producing it from the sea water. Peasant tribals and women participated in this satyagraha in large numbers. A business federation also published the salt issue. People started protesting peacefully against the salt law. The British government tried to stop this by taking harsh actions against the satyagrahis, which involved imprisonment and killing. The struggle has brought some benefits like the Government of India Act as 1935. This act prescribed provincial autonomy and the government announced elections to the provincial legislature in 1937. The Congress formed government in 7 out of the 11 provinces. In September 1939, the Second World War broke. As the Congress leaders were against Hitler, they wanted to support British war effort, but in return he wanted independence. When British refused to do so, the Congress ministers resigned in protest. Towards independence and partition. In 1945, after the end of the war, the British opened negotiations between the Congress, the League and themselves for the independence of India. The talks failed because the League accelerated the demand for Pakistan. Dear children, Mahatma Gandhi started a new movement in the middle of the Second World War. He wanted Britishers to quit India. For this, he asked the Indians to start a movement with non-violence. His slogan was "Do or Die." People joined the mass struggle by giving up their studies also. Communications and symbols of state's authority were attacked. Many leaders were put into jail. The government tried to suppress it, which resulted in over 19,000 arrests and over 1,000 killings in police firings by the end of the year 1943. In many areas, orders were given of firing from airplanes. However, the struggle brought the British Raj to its knees. Such struggle led to the independence of India, which also faced partition of the country later on. In 1940s, the Muslim League moved a resolution demanding an independent state of Muslim in the northwestern and eastern areas of the country. The resolution had not mentioned partition or a separate country called Pakistan. From the act, late 1930s, the League began viewing the separate nation from Muslims. This might be due to the instance of tension between Hindu and Muslim in the 1920s and 1930s. Dear children, even the provincial elections of 1937 had convinced the League that Muslims were a menace and they would always be treated secondary in the democracy. The Congress rejection of forming a joint Congress-League government in the United Provinces in 1937 also annoyed the League. As Congress failed to mobilize the Muslim masses in the 1930s, it allowed the League to widen its social support. So, during the imprisonment of many Congress leaders in early 1940s, the League started enlarging its support. At the end of the war in 1945, the British negotiated with the Congress and the League for the independence of India. And the talk failed as the League saw itself as the only spokesperson of India's Muslims. When elections to the provinces were again held in 1946, the provinces of Congress was very good in the general constituencies, but the League gained an amazing success in the seats reserved for Muslims. Success in the seats reserved for Muslims, it started dominating a separate nation or Pakistan in March 1946. The British combined set a three-member mission to Delhi to suggest the political framework for a free India. They suggested that India should continue itself as a loose confederacy with some autonomy for the Muslim majority areas. Both Congress and Muslim League did not agree to this. After the failure of Cabinet Mission, Muslim League announced 16th August 1946 as Direct Action Day. On this day, riots broke out, resulting in the death of thousands of people. By March 1947, violence spread to various parts of northern India. Thousands were killed, and numerous women had to face untold brutal during the partition. People were forced to leave their homes, and they were now known as refugees in unknown lands. After partition, a new country was formed known as Pakistan. India was changed. Even many of the cities were changed. Dear children, so we can say that the joy which independence of our country brought to us was combined with the sorrows of partition of our country. Dear children, here activity for you. Find out how the national movement was organized in your city, district, area or state. Who participated in it and who led it? What did the movement in your area achieve? Find out more about nationalist movement through the net or other source. Let's have a quick look at today's lesson summary. After the revolt of 1857, people of India became determined to root out British rule from the country. Political associations came into being like Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, the Indian Association, the Madras Mahajan Sabha and the Bombay Presidency Association. The aim of all these associations was to empower Indians so that they might take decisions regarding their affairs. Indians so that they might take decisions regarding their affairs. In 1878, the Arms Act was passed which disallowed Indians from passing arms. Vernacular Plus Act was passed which tried to silence all those who were critical of the government. In 1885, the Indian National Congress came into existence. The moderate leaders in the Congress published newspapers, wrote articles and showed how British rule was leading to the economic drain of the country. All this they did not order to draw public attention towards the unjust rule of the British. Dear children, last but not least, your preparation, efforts, hard work and determination decides your success. Nothing else. Take the oath to act your day every morning. Learning will continue even during this crisis. Stay tuned for more video lectures on social science. Keep learning. Have a good day. Thank you.